Hi, my name is Gemma Rosenthal and this is Creative Hearts, and today I want to talk to you about how does creativity fit in with spirituality. How can we be more creative in general day life, and what does it relate to who we are as a spirit? So when I say who we are as a spirit, what do I mean? So most people think that they're human, which we are in a sense on one level, and we have problems, we have things going on in our lives that we cannot, we have to solve. We have to go to work, feed ourselves, all those human things. But beyond those things, there is an aspect of reality that is eternal. Now, this is talked about in some religions. Jesus spoke about it, Buddha spoke about it. It doesn't matter what religion you are or whether you're even not religious. Even if you're atheist, then you can still have access to this. So, for example, I grew up in an atheist family. I remember I was told at school we had prayers, and I went home and I was like, Mum and Dad, there's a God, and I talked about God, this and they were like, no, there's not. And the thing is that I then had a big argument with my friend and said, oh yeah, by the way, there's no God, and haha, school's wrong. And then she was like, no, there is. And then she went home and asked her family, and then they said, no, we don't believe in it either. And the thing is, I don't blame any families, whether they're religious or atheist, because what I found myself later on in life is an actual spiritual experience. So the difference between religion, so you can call it religion as well, so a spiritual experience can also be called a religious experience. So it's not that they're separate, but they are different, because if it's in the human realm of physical form, for example going to church or meditating, singing a mantra or something, that in itself is not spiritual. That is just going to a church or doing a mantra. The spiritual aspect, the spiritual realm, is an experience of God. So it's an experience of being one with the eternal life force that creates through you. So what I'm going to talk about today, I'm just going to walk a little bit because I just feel to, is the connection between spirituality and creativity. So, like I said, I grew up atheist, yet I still had access to the spiritual realm, although I didn't call it that. And this was through songwriting and dancing and acting and perhaps other things, painting. So when an artist, or even when I say artist, when any human creates, there's a connection between them and the creative source, the creator, the life force. Now, again, if you're not religious, you're probably going to hear the creator and be like, nah, there isn't one, right? What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter whether you believe in a God, whether you don't believe in a God. You have a religion because you believe in, you have an experience. If you have an experience, you believe in something, right? You must believe that, you must believe that God exists. To be angry, so for example, like a lot of atheists will say, and again, this is not about atheists against religious people, because what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter, you can have this experience. Forgotten what I was saying now. So that's it. So sometimes when you're so connected, because I just looked around me and I saw nature, right? Nature. the stillness. And then my words stopped in my mind. And I always know when I have that happen to me, when it's like, oh, what was I talking about? Who cares? It's like, it almost doesn't matter, because what matters is the present moment. What matters is connection with God, source, love, truth, wisdom, whatever you want to call it. Because words can be really deceiving. Because as soon as I say a word, what does your mind start doing? It starts thinking and judging, right? So if I say the word God, you will have a set of beliefs that's related to the word God, and you will either like it or you won't like it. If I say the word atheist, you will have a set of words, thought patterns that relate to that word, and you'll have a set of judgments depending on where you were born and how you grew up and what your parents told you and what society told you and what you personally believe. Now, for me, it's not about belief, it's about experience, it's about truth, it's about knowing, understanding. Now, how does creativity fit into this? Well, when you create, when you are in touch with that life force, you go beyond doubt that God exists. Now, some people would disagree. Again, they'll be like, no, because I'm an artist and I don't believe in God. It's not about belief, right? It's about experience. It doesn't, and it's about, like, say if you're a painter, like, if you're just one with that paintbrush and it's just like going through you, and somehow you feel a sense of relief, you feel a sense of truth with your pen, with the paper, even if you're writing. So I'm changing it to writing now, because I'm showing you that all art forms are the same. So all art forms are different, right? That's how I can be a dancer and a singer and a writer and a speaker and an artist, right? I can do it all, not because I'm special, not because I'm different to you. You can do it all as well, but you might choose to do certain things that you're drawn to, right? There's certain things I'm not drawn to that maybe other people are. That doesn't mean I'm weak or that I'm stupid or that I can't do something. It just means I choose to do certain things. Now, my pathway has been artist pathway, meaning mostly performing arts, but also other arts as well. I'm recently a published author. I'm going to be in 2 books. One of them is called The New Woman. And I talk about this in The New Woman. I talk about there's a part in it where I sat in meditation. I didn't know what was, I thought I was going to sing. I did sing, but I thought I was doing a song and a dance, right? I didn't know I was doing a poem, but I sat in meditation and I heard, as a woman. Where did it come from? I don't know. It came from the source of creation, right? And it's kind of like when I heard the words, I was like, okay, what's this? It's a poem. Okay, so I started to write it down, and then I started to see later on. I started to see a dance. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a dance, right? Okay, so I'm gonna perform it as a dance. I'm gonna have the poem, and this was all given to me, right? I didn't try to force it into anything because I didn't know I was getting that, right? I didn't know it was going to be a poem, but it was, because this is what Source does. It will use your talents in a way that most serves the whole of society. So whatever, society is the wrong word, the whole of the universe, because it includes animals, trees, birds. It will use you as a creative being that you are, because even if you don't resonate with the word creative being or artist. You are creative because you come from the creative source. So you are creative. The creator will use you. Now, again, words not great, because if I say the creator, it sounds like I'm talking about a man in the sky or someone that like has power over me. That's not it. That's not it. That's why we have all these problems in the world, because we believe in force, we don't believe in power. There's a book called Force vs. Power. I've not read it, but apparently it's really good and I do want to read it. So see, I'll have moments where I'll stop and I'll listen. I will listen. If you haven't checked out that song, it's on my YouTube, Gemma Rosenthal YouTube music. I did art for that. That's an example of, again, a song I didn't know existed. It came to me. So I did the podcast. So I'm co-host of a podcast, and we had Madeline Black on as our guest, and I was watching a few of her YouTubes, and she was talking about forgiveness, and she was talking about stopping sexual violence, and she said something about having, I can't remember what she said, but it was something like about giving people the space and the time and listening to them. Maybe she didn't even say the word listen, but for some reason it sparked a song, and I got to the piano and I just started, no shame, you can feel your pain, no fear, I will listen. And then I just did it, and this was the day before the podcast recording, so I had literally hardly any time to rehearse it. Recorded it on the podcast, then I just, like, months later, I got that idea to do some drawings. And again, it wasn't like I didn't know, it wasn't like I planned it in my mind, it wasn't like I know what would be good for this song, drawings, I'll just do that. No, it was more like I saw it and I was like, okay, and it's like you get into a mystical state of God and you're in awe because you're not the one doing it. You're like, wow, this is healing for me. Like, this is like magical, this is wonderful. And that's what you can do when you connect to creative source. And that's what I want to help people to do, is to connect to their creative source. So if you want to know more about this, if you want to work with me on this, then I think I just, ouch, walked into something that poked me, is I'm offering half price on my one-on-ones. Now, these sessions are so valuable. I know because I give them myself, right? I coach myself because I have other coaches as well. I've had loads of coaches because I love coaching and I love healing. So not just coaches, I've had therapy and hypnotherapy and all, you know, I do EFT tapping, like emotional freedom technique. So basically, if you feel like you're stuck in your life, it's probably because you're not connected to your creative side, right? This is the problem. People think it's like, oh, it's because I haven't got enough money, or it's because my family members are annoying me. No, because the thing is, once you connect to your creative source, all those problems, yeah, okay, right, you could argue with me, yeah, but Gemma, some creative artists are poor, for example. So they have money problems, or some creative artists are have family problems and they spend all their time on their art and then they don't talk to their family. Right, this is where the life coaching comes in. This is why it's so important to not just be an artist, like, who's just obsessed with like drawing all the time and never has time for their family, or just a singer that's just like, la, this is what I did, forgets to eat, forgets to that they need paying, right? Now, no, this is about creating your life, creating your whole life, not just your art, right? Because your life is your art. Your life is your art. Your life is your art. You can create. Your life is your art. Here's some apples. Okay, so that's making me think of the Garden of Eden. Yeah, so I was gonna say a little bit about that, but I don't know if this is the video for it. Maybe I'm holding back. Maybe I need to find my voice a bit more. So yeah, if you want one-on-ones, creative life coaching, half price, this is an incredible deal. Like, do it, right? Message me. And it may be that it is for you. If it's not for you, that's okay. I also do other stuff as well. I've got 2 books coming out. You can get those. You can do group workshops with me, finding your voice. There's so many options. You can hire me as a singer or performer, artist, if it's in alignment with what I'm creating as well. Collaborations, all of that. Interview me, whatever. I don't know what mood I'm in. Right, what am I saying? So, you are creative. You are connected to the source. That's what I want you to know, and that's what I want to help you to do. And I have the tools to help you. So that's why I'm just putting my voice out there to say, let's do this. Let's get rid of all the thoughts that say no. I don't want to be connected to the source of all creation. I just want to go about my life with worries and thoughts because I think that's better. Why would I pay for coaching? I don't know, because no, I'm not. Oh my God. Like sometimes I'm just like, shush, Gem. Oh, a butterfly. Ooh. Yeah, I have this belief in my mind that I need to sort out, because some people, like, I went shopping today and I was like, oh, I like saw some local shops and I was like, I'm gonna spend my money at these local shops because I want to support their businesses, right? And then I was like worrying and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have much money and I need money to you know, support other businesses. And that's what, so I have a vision, and this is what you're gonna help me do, because if you want to work with me, you're supporting a local business, you're helping a local artist, it's not just about you. So like when I go to a shop, like, and I spend money on the person, like me giving them, so I spent like £70 today on local shop. Probably shouldn't say that. My mum, see, the thought comes in and my mum was like, oh, you spent £70. See, this is the training in my mind. It's like, oh my God, I spent £70. Yeah, £70 so that those people have their business running. So if you spend, so it's my offer is £30 for per coaching session. That is I was going to swear, bargain. I've paid hundreds of pounds for coaching sessions, and I'm, yeah, and I'm good. How do I know I'm good? Well, because the source is good. It's not me that does it, it's the source. I don't do anything. Well, I do. I sit there, I listen, and I talk what I'm told. So, my offer to you for the summer only, £30 per coaching session, 3 sessions each. So that's £90 in total. £90 to support a local artist, moi, and coach, moi. £90 towards a wonderful person that's, God, I sound so arrogant. I'm not, I'm humble. Here is the butterfly, she loves me. So, yeah, and if it's not me, please support another coach that you're drawn to. Just support coaches, please, because we have so much to offer. We have so much to offer because we are trained in listening. Support artists because we're trained in, well, we just create a beautiful life for you. So if you want a beautiful life, you better support some artists. Support some artists, because they're going to give you beauty. They're going to give you love. They're going to give you truth. So you better support them and be one. That's even more interesting. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be your truth. Love the artist, because it is God. Not the artist is not God. The meaning, words are so annoying. We channel through listening and being one with the source of life, and it moves us all. I just went into circle of life, but mine was the source of life. So yeah. Support local businesses. Have coaching with me if you want, if it's for you. Because it also has to be for me as well, because I don't say yes to everyone, because sometimes it's not a match, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean it won't ever be a match. It just sometimes, you know, I have to make sure that it's the right, you know, that I feel that I can help you. And that's the best thing I can say, is that, like, I am here to help. Oh dear. I don't know why I said oh dear. I'm just laughing at myself. I think there's poppies here as well. There's so much abundance here in life. There's so much. And I want to do a video on abundance as well, because this is the main thing for me, is the money thing. That is the main, like, rah, 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 rah. Artists don't earn, coaches don't earn, you're not worthy, no one cares. Shut up. Queen. So if you want to help me get over that, I can't, well, I may be able to pay some people, because I know there's all these abundance coaches and they're like, well, I've paid them to help me with this, and I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. I trust God, life, source to provide. See ya.